Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here. Welcome to my reaction and thoughts on the Doctor Who teaser from Sunday the 15th of July 2018. So this is just my thoughts on it. I saw this on my phone just before I went to see Incredibles 2, which you can find a review of in the channel, hopefully by this point, once it's up. So yeah, and I've been able to watch it twice since that as well, so at home. So, it's Tuesday the 17th again, like the Incredibles 2 review. Upload date will probably be a bit different, as would viewing date for you guys. I mean, this is completely the future. Anyway, with the Doctor Who season trailer, well, this one is a bit like those specially made trailers. I know some people got a bit annoyed that there's no footage. I think one reaction I saw gave it a complete 0 out of 10 because there was no new footage for the series. So, said person, I might mention them, gave it a 0 because there was no footage for the series. I mean, I can understand if you're annoyed that there's no footage for the series, but I don't know if this guy's aware of the other types of trailers. Said other types of new trailers includes the Ninth Doctor running down a corridor, being chased by fire, and then later popping up in the TARDIS, appearing in the TARDIS going, "Do you want to come with me?" for Series 1. Series 2 had the 10th Doctor in the TARDIS in a similar way, and then he and Rose went on New Adventures. Series 3 had the Smith and Jones war, titles, teasers about talking about themselves and getting ready to go on adventures with each other. Series 4 had Donna talking at a campfire, as well as the specially made villain ones. Series 5 had the Vortex one with the Doctor and Amy falling through a vortex. I think both Series 4 and 5's main ones were shown in cinemas, both in the feature. I think the longer ones certainly were. The short ones might have been more for TV. Series 6 didn't really have any. I think Series 6 just had genuine typical trailers, although they didn't really use Doctor Who music for the most parts. Same for 7, I think. Yeah. 50th anniversary, we had that very special Save the Day one. Series 8, we had the Am I a Good Man one in the TARDIS. 9, again, pretty basic meh, clippy ones. I think Series 6, 7 and 9 didn't really have these special ones. Nor did the majority of the specials. And then Series 10 had the Time for Heroes one, with the Doctor, Bill and Nardole in the Vatican. And now Series 11 we've got The Universe is Calling. So it's kind of like one of those ones. So sadly we don't get to see anything from Series 11, but we do get this kind of fun teaser with its own visual effects and specially shot footage. That being said, this trailer really should have been something that should have come out a bit sooner, because if the series is coming back in October, it's really about time we got to see some footage of what's been done, and I think that's going to come with San Diego Comic-Con later in the week. However, this may not necessarily be the case. The alternative is the London Comic-Con at the end of the month. Again, may not necessarily be the case. There could be new footage next month. I think Series 9 had its first trailer released in August, but I think, well, at least with Series 9 we knew what was going on, in a way. Series 11's been very hush-hush and we've been a bit impatient. It's likely we'll look back on the first half of 2018 and say, yeah, it makes sense that we had a kind of bit of a break and all this secrecy, and it's probably going to be worth it in the end, like the 2016 break. But in the moment, it does feel a bit annoying, and I think that's why I think this trailer should have been a little bit earlier. I think there was rumours that it would be coming on the 18th of June during a football match, which this one was, but that one was with one of England's earlier games. Whilst this one, it was the cup final. I think I'll get around to talking about my thoughts on that as soon as I do the thoughts on the trailer itself. But I do really think this should come out at least 1 month before it actually did. I think it should have come out in June or maybe even May. But oh well, we got it now, so yeah, and whilst it doesn't give us new footage, it does give us a nice look at what the series may look like. My friend Matthew Moyer actually thinks this might be the plot to episode 1 of the series. So, yeah, what the most part of the teaser is, we see the future companions eating fast food, basically like fried egg, beans, bacon in a cafe restaurant. For Ryan, and Yasmin. I think is it Yasmin? I think so. Yasmin is having pizza with some friends, and Graham is having fish and chips. When I first saw it, I thought he was actually the fish and chippy. But looking back on it, it may actually be he may have just bought it and he's having his dinner there. And they're all watching the football, or the football's on in a way. Ryan's watching. Well, I say the football, the people talking about it. Some of the commentators who you tuned in to watch the game, you probably saw them just before and just after, during the half-time thing. I didn't, I just watched it on the phone. I did it last time with the Bill one. Popped in for half-time to see the companion reveal. You can check my thoughts on that out from 2 years ago. And I think someone else may have noticed this, that they were, and I got it a bit more on the rewatches, that they were talking about this team being really good. Obviously they were talking about football teams, but it kind of ties in with the Doctor's new team in a way. And anyway, Ryan's watching on his phone, and Yasmin is watching on the telly with some friends, and in the Fish and Chippy it's also on whilst Graham is reading a paper. And whilst they're all having their dinner, and whilst they're watching the people talking or listening to it, the Doctor is coming around doing some naughty stuff. For example, she puts one of the slices of bread in Ryan's egg, and then takes it away and eats it, much to his surprise. And Graham, she swaps his paper with a edition of the Beano, the summer 1981 edition, which, fun fact, appears in the Series 7 episode, The Rings of Akaton. Nice, I loved that. I loved that little reference. Although she does give Yasmin a more pizza. So, naughty and goody, I guess. Not sure why, she's just messing around with her companions. And she's causing all this kind of time, energy stuff. Not certain. But at the end we do see the new Doctor looking brilliant in her new costume and being all happy. That's good. I think it must be inside or outside the fish and chip shop, but I'm not sure. That's what it appeared to me where she was. And then we got the Universes. I think we got the Universes calling just before that, and then after that we saw the Doctor Who logo, which looks really nice. The one that was revealed back in February. I don't know if I've given my thoughts on it. It looks very good. It looks really good. If you watched Five Who Fans John Granston's video on the rebrand analysis, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and he that's a really good video explaining a really good logo. Also, check out Billy's video about the feminism one, about why the Doctor Who does have a feminist agenda. Watch that. It's got lots of Lego people doing Billy Lego stuff. That's very funny. Anyway, so yeah, the teaser was nice. It was good, some effects. Disappointing it wasn't revealing too much from the series. However, it was a nice little teaser, and yeah, it was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was amazing. I think if it was slightly longer, I think some of the other ones were a bit longer. I mean, or at least revealed more about what was going to happen later in the series in a short or even shorter amount of time. I think the campfire trailer from Series 4 and the Series 3 stuff, they were able to get out. They had some uses of dialogue, but even the non-dialogue bits, like the Series 5 was good at presenting not so much dialogue. And that was pretty good. In Series 10s, it had voiceover. I think the campfire one from Series 4 was kind of a mix. My favourites are probably Series 1 and 2 because they don't really tell you much about the series, but they give you the sense of adventure. Whilst this one does give a bit of a sense of adventure, I don't think it's quite got the grasp of Series 1 and 2's ones. But then again, this is a brand new one, while Series 1 and 2 have been around for a while. So, I think people will look back on this and say it's a very good one. It does bring a sense of new adventure. At the moment it does, but I don't think it feels the same way as some of the earlier ones, particularly the RTD and Series 5 ones. So, and also Day of the Doctor was able to, its big 50th anniversary one was able to show all the a lot of 50th anniversary references, as well as some stuff, hinting at some stuff coming for the anniversary, like the War Doctor and the 10th and 11th Doctor staring him down. At this point, we weren't certain whether it was a good or bad incarnation until we watched the trailer. So, yeah. So, I thought the Series 11 one was good, but could have been it was a bit disappointing. I think the problem was that we hyped it up a bit too much. So hopefully we'll get something a bit more tantalizing. I'm not sure if that's the right word. For later in the month or next month. They'll be starting to promote the hell out of it by late August, early to mid-September. Unless they're going to do what they did with Class, in which case get lazy. In which case that would be unacceptable to the Doctor Who fan base, especially as there's hopes of reigniting the show and making it popular and more open for branding and merchandising and all that. And I think the BBC are aware of that. So if they're going to be lazy, like with what they did with Class, that's not going to fly. There is a difference, however, between being very secretive until the last couple of weeks and being lazy. So, still got a couple of weeks to find out. Okay, on to the point about it being during a sporting match. From a business side, I suppose. I mean, it's something where you can put a lot of viewers in, get a lot of viewers to watch it. During a sporting event like half time during a football match, or last year with the 13th Doctor's reveal after the cricket. It makes sense from getting lots of viewers in, especially the casual viewer who wouldn't really know. But to people who are really only there for the trailer, or the reveals, or for those who don't really care, they just want to see their sports, it's not the best ideas, after all. Not the best idea. And I think maybe if it was kind of its own thing, maybe like after the Wimbledon last year, but its own thing, as opposed to like you got 5 minutes and you could have some people kind of doing a reaction to it, like with the like Doctor Who the Fan Show or Doctor Who Live. They could just have some people sit in the studio and talk about it for 5 minutes, 4 minutes after it's revealed. And I think that'd be great. I think that'd be fine. Once the series is reignited, they'll get the money back to do something like Doctor Who Confidential, The Next Doctor, or Doctor Who Live, The Next Doctor. Not Doctor Who Confidential, The Next Doctor, the 11th, Doctor Who Confidential, The 11th Doctor. That means I think the 10th Doctor was just a normal reveal in the papers or something. A normal press release, whilst 11, 12 and 13 were made special. 9 was pretty much announced as soon as they announced the casting, and War was a surprise reveal, although we did know John Hurt was going to be in the 50th in some way, but his reveal as a Doctor was nice. And I think most of the other Doctor's reveals were also either in papers or part of the news. See a special feature on the 5 Doctors 25th anniversary edition for when they talk about Peter Davison's leaving and the casting of Colin Baker, for example. So, yeah, I'm not particularly keen on them revealing big information stuff during sporting events, especially during the middle of them. But then again, if it's stuff like Wimbledon, you don't know when the heck they're going to finish. So you don't. So in the end of them isn't so great either. I suppose that's why the football one half-time might work more. But you still have to sit through a lot of time, a couple of minutes of people talking about the match just before you can get to the thing you've actually come for, and then that's it. It's just passed over. So that's why I think the 5 to 10 minutes of people actually reacting like, wow, this is great, wasn't it? And you could share your interaction, suppose, maybe if they added a social media thing. So, that was my thoughts. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Doctor Who Series 11, July the 15th, 2018 teaser. There could be another trailer coming soon. I'll do a reaction of it at some point if it's on the I think it's Thursday the 19th, Comic Con. If they do drop one then, I'll do a reaction to that. If it's July 27, if I've got time, but 28, 29, all of those will be at the London one. I'd have to do it over a week later at around August 4, 5, 6-ish, because I'll be on holiday. So, yeah. By the way, like I said, August 28 to 4, I'm on holiday, so anything that comes out that time will be pre-release stuff, and anything released after will have been made as soon as I come back, unless it's again pre-uploaded. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel. Hello and welcome. This is... hang on. Excuse me. Stop bloody burping. Anyway, Incredibles... Sorry, I just did that. Excuse me. Hang on. Excuse me. Excuse me.